Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to stop no-shows in your agency. So how can you prevent people from booking a meeting with you and then completely ghosting you and not showing up? Now, the number one reason, guys, why someone won't show up to your meeting is because they don't know what they're showing up for. You've not done a good enough job selling that meeting to them to put them in the mindset that there's unlimited upside of them showing up to this meeting and not a lot of downside. And what I mean by that, and we've had countless salespeople in our agency that have booked hundreds and hundreds of meetings at an incredible rate. However, the conversion rate of those meetings have been horrific because they've not been doing the correct things to get them on the call. They've got them to agree to a meeting for something that's completely different to what they're actually showing up for. In order for someone to show up to the meeting, they need to understand that they're not just going to be sold to. No one is going to show up to a meeting, especially if it's weeks down the line, to think, oh, I've got this meeting later. What's it about? Oh yeah, it's that fucking idiot marketing agency who wants to sell me something. I'm not showing up to it. However, if they thought they were showing up to a free audit or a free growth session or free, they're going to be a lot more inclined to show up. And that's all you need them to do is show up. And then you can kind of take it from there. So step one is make sure that every single lead that you've booked a meeting with knows categorically what they're showing up for and that there's unlimited upside for them showing up. Secondly, you need to make sure the infrastructure in your agency is set up correctly to give that person a reminder that a meeting's coming up. It's not good enough for you to speak to someone on the phone today and expect in 2-3 weeks' time for them to miraculously remember what they're showing up for. And they've got a meeting in general. So what I would recommend you doing, guys, is when you book a meeting, make sure that you have a sequence of emails and text messages that go out immediately after they've booked that meeting. So you book a meeting, you put it into your Go High Level calendar. They get an immediate text message from you saying, "Hi, Harry here from XYZ agency. I just wanted to confirm the meeting up this day at this time. This is what we're going to go through. Here's the link. Let me know in the meantime if you've got any questions, but check out my website and case studies because this is what the type of results I'm going to and the strategy I'm going to run you through gets." So it puts them, it gives them food for thought in the lead up to that meeting. Then they need to be getting SMS and emails in the lead up to that meeting to remind them. Here's the Zoom link 24 hours before. Just a reminder, we've got a meeting today at 2 p.m. In the lead up to it, right, here's a meeting, check out our case studies and testimonials, and here's a reminder of what we're going to run you through on that meeting. That way, they've got the link, they've been reminded the time to make sure that they actually show up, and they've also been given some content to read through to get them in the right frame of mind for that meeting. Now, you can automate all of that and Go High Level in sequences. As long as the calendar is hosted on Go High Level, it's going to dramatically increase the amount of people that show up to those meetings. Finally, guys, I think it's kind of what I said at the beginning. The reason why people aren't showing up to these meetings with you is because they don't see the value in what you're going to say to them. They just think you're a same old marketing agency. We've tried it before. At the time when I spoke to you on the phone, it sounded really great. But over the next 3-4 days, I've thought about it and there's just more important things I can do at the business. So don't be stubborn and don't just expect just because they agreed on day one that they're just going to miraculously show up. You've got to put the time and effort in. We get our sales team to actually phone them again the day before and the morning of to get them to confirm, especially if they book 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, which leads me on to another point is when you're booking these meetings, try your absolute hardest to make sure that they can only book in 2 or 3 days after they speak to you. There's no good booking meetings 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance, because they're just going to completely forget who you were, what you had to say, and they'll forget about the relationship that they've built and the type of conversation they had on the phone. You might have got on really well with them. However, 3 weeks down the line, you are like a blip in their consciousness. Like they can't even remember your name, let alone what they're showing up for, hence why they're not showing up. So you have to be really careful, but you also have to drop your ego and be like, I don't blame them for forgetting. I need to give them the reminders. And if I have to get them on another call to resell them the meeting, I will. So yeah, I think a good show up rate, guys, probably you're always going to get like 10 to 15% of people that don't show up. You just are like, you're never going to get 100% of the people that show up, especially if you're booking meetings at a consistent rate. That's not to say that they don't show up on a second call or rearrange or whatever. However, if you're not implementing those reminders, if you're not implementing the correct practices in terms of really letting them know what they're showing up for, that would be the reason why they're not showing up. But hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you've not checked out our academy, the Digital Culture Academy 3.0 is now launched. Click the link in the description. There is a whole module on finding clients, closing clients, cold call libraries, our outreach systems and processes and SOPs. It's fucking incredible, guys. And it's a 2024 academy slash mentorship. The actual video library is only 20% of what the course entails. 80% of it's the mentorship that you get after. But I won't bore you that in this video. In the link in the description, there's an 18-minute video where I discuss it all. If you want to take your agency to the next level, and you kind of want us to hold your hand from A to B, if that all makes sense. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please subscribe. And yes, I shall see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for tomorrow's video.